The young dragon, Andy, dwells on the scenery, saying aloud how beautiful it is and how nice it feels. He inhales and opens his wings to their full length while lifting himself up on his hind legs. The dark stone around the dragon was lit up by thousands of colored highlights reflecting from his scales. The dragon turns and stares at his own back, watching as the sun's rays play on the notches of his scales and on the translucent membrane of his wings as if they were crystals. And he examines his new form. He enjoyed his new look. From the whirls of blue, green, and black in his golden scales, and the rest of the golden scales that are covering his reptilian hide. He wished he had a mirror to examine his facial features. After attempting to inspect his shadow, he remembers the lake and chipperly approaches it. Halfway to the lake, his sharp hearing heard the frightened bleating of a sheep. A large griffin flew overhead, turned on the tip of its wing, and dove behind a low stone ridge to the right. From behind the heaps of stones and boulders came the scream of the flying hunter, "Ah!" and some choice words in a melodious boy's voice. During the hysterical bleating of the sheep, Andy's stomach growls loudly and his predatory instincts kick in, desiring the prey. The boy attempts to hit the griffin with a stone, but the griffin dodged and was flying circles over the frightened sheep. Bobtail, as folks called this griffin thing, was the most mischievous, clever, and sly of all the griffins seen in the area. He would change up his hunting grounds, hide away for longer periods of time to quell the wrath of the villagers, and he would evade the villagers' tricks to catch them. As the boy picks up another stone, he looks up, amazed, to see a dragon, of all things, grab a boulder and with precision hit Bobtail and kill it.
Got him!
Andy exclaims at his own shot with the boulder. He then notices the boy staring at him.
Well, are you just going to keep standing there staring?
Andy asks Danat, the shepherd boy, who was still staring. Danat, in confusion, forgot about the sheep, the griffin, and replied with, "What?" The dragon's question confused him further.
You've never seen a dragon before. Alright then, go ahead. Look, I don't charge for looking.
Danat almost choked, but another bleat from the sheep in the ravine snapped him out of his stupor. The dragon noticed the panic bleats, and he went into a hunting mode. Danat's blood went cold, since he believed the large reptile was about to strike. The golden dragon managed to restrain himself. Danat continued zoning out for a little while until Andy snaps him out of it with a,
"Hello, can you hear me?" "Yes?"
Danat responds, snapping back into reality. The dragon ponders for a moment before replying.
"I suggest an exchange." "What kind of exchange?" "A ram for the flock for the griffin. You can tell everyone you hit him with a stone. I never laid eyes on that creature, swear to God."
Danat considers his options and agrees. Andy handed the boy the griffin and swooped down to grab the ram. Although he wants to take the two sheep in the ravine, he honors his deal and only takes the one. As he leaves, with the ram knocked out and being carried in his mouth, he resists every instinct to devour it in front of the boy. He returns to his cave and then devours the ram. And since I honestly do not want to describe this process like they do in the book, we shall skip over to Jagira and Karagar. The two were flying in at that moment, and Karagar saw the entire exchange. Jagira was about to scold and punish the impulsive reptile, until she, of course, realized his reincarnation was completed. The two burst with paternal pride at the young dragon and his absolutely exquisite scales.